Hi.
Hello, everyone. Erev Tov, good to be with you. Hello to the Foxes and Sharon and Simon and Yvonne and Rochelle and Chris and Lisa and Nancy and anybody else who's with us. It's good to be together. So we'll start with a song that gives thanks for being together. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, yalalai la 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 la. Hine matov, yalalai la 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 la. Hine matovu manayim. Yalalai la 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 la. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov. Yalalai la 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 la. Hine matov. Yalalai la 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 la. Hine matovu manayim. Yalalai la 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 la. Hine matovu manayim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Yes, how good it is. How good it is for us to be together. I'm going to grab my story here. All right. This is called God, Do You Know How I Feel? In the middle of the garden, there was a big tree that had a big sign on it that said, "Don't even think about eating the fruit from this tree." And of course, Adam and Eve ate the fruit from that tree and God kicked them out of the garden right away, which proves that if God puts up a sign, you should read it. Life outside the garden was hard. In the garden, almost every tree had fruit, almost every day was sunny, and almost every animal was nice. But outside the garden, lots of trees had bugs, lots of days were cold, and lots of animals wanted to bite, sting, or squash Adam and Eve. Because of all the hard, cold, biting stuff that was outside the garden, Adam was sure that God lived only inside the garden. Adam was sad about not living near God anymore, but most days Adam was just too busy to be sad. Adam had to spend a lot of the time plowing fields, sowing seeds, keeping weeds away, watching out for animals that sting or bite. But whenever Adam wasn't busy, he was sad. In the garden, Adam would sometimes sit all day talking to God. Adam would talk to God about the sky and the water and about the mountains and the valleys. But the thing that Adam talked about most with God was his feelings. Adam would see a beautiful sunset, a perfect flower, a fine spider web, a bird with colored feathers, or a little fish in the pond. And then Adam would smile this huge smile that seemed to come from his toes and wrapped around his feet, make his whole body shine. And Adam would try to explain to God just how he felt seeing such beautiful things all around them. Sometimes Adam could not find the right words to explain how he felt. He would just throw up his hands and say, God, do you know how I feel? And God would answer in a still small voice, I know how you feel. Then God would kiss Adam with a breath of wind, and the two of them would go their separate ways until the next day. Now that Adam was outside the garden, he remembered those talks with God. He was afraid that they would never happen again and was very sad. One day in the fields, Adam saw a sunset that was pretty. It was not quite as red and purple and orange and yellow as the sunsets in the garden, but it was very nice. Adam threw up his hands and hollered into the sky, God, do you know how I feel? But Adam heard nothing. Another day, Adam came upon a flower. There were not as many flowers outside the garden, but this was a beautiful red one with yellow inside. Adam smelled the flower and smiled. Adam shouted, God, do you know how I feel? But still, Adam heard nothing. One morning, Adam came upon a spider web, and though it was not as big and fine as the spider webs in the garden, it was covered with dewdrops that sparkled in the morning light. Adam cried, God, do you know how I feel? But Adam heard nothing. One day, Adam saw a flock of geese flying somewhere, and he yelled at the geese, come back here, birds. Tell me where you're going. Tell me about the sky and what it's like to fly and how it is to live in a place with no walls, and I'll tell you how I feel. But the geese didn't stop, and Adam heard nothing but their honking as they flew off into the gray sky. Then one day, Adam came to the edge of a clear blue pond. Near the water's edge, there was a school of little fish swimming around. Adam sat down on a rock and he put his head into his hands and he started to cry. First, it was just a little cry, but soon his whole body was heaving and shaking and his tears were dripping into the pond like rain. Each teardrop scared the little fish as it hit the water, but they swam back to him when the water became still again. Soon Adam stopped crying. He looked at the fish and said nothing. Just then the sun came out from behind a cloud, warming his face. A breath of wind blew across his cheeks and dried his tears. And all of a sudden, a still small voice said, I know how you feel. God, is that you? Adam asked. You live out here? God said, I live everywhere you let me in. I called to you so many times, Adam said. Why didn't you answer me? God said, I was always answering you. It's just that outside the garden, you have to listen a little harder to hear me. Things are just not as quiet out here. I miss the garden, said Adam. I know how you feel, said God. I'm sorry I had to kick you out. Everything was good there, but maybe it was too good. The garden was a little small and you didn't have to work for anything. Even though things are harder outside the garden, you will appreciate what you have. Also, there are no walls out here, and you are needed to make things grow and work. Being in a place that's perfect may not be as good for you as being in a place where you are needed. Outside the garden, your children's children's children can grow up and spread out and fill this great big earth. Come to think about it, I'm not really sure which is better, being in the garden or being outside the garden. Then Adam smiled and said to God, I know just how you feel. And God kissed Adam with a breath of wind. All right, time to say hello. Do we have, go ahead, Aurora.
I saw some of my family yesterday, not the day before yesterday.
Where did you see your family? On Zoom?
No.
Talk about Uncle Jakey.
Uncle Jakey's brother and Uncle Jakey's brother and Uncle Jakey asked another person.
Did you have a fun time?
And then I went to this part of the car.
When was this?
Like yesterday.
Oh, we went and walked around the college campuses. You got to run around and you saw chickens at Pitzer?
Yeah.
It was fun. Did you have a good
Have
time?
a chicken coop at Pitzer?
Yeah. They've got a little small, they call it a garden. And they've got like almost a dozen chickens.
And
I haven't walked through there recently, but I used to walk through there all the time.
They were going back and forth and everywhere. The singers were going. They were looking at me. They went in the coop. They get out. They get in the coop. Out. It goes like out. It goes in. Not in the coop. In the coop. Not in the coop. In the coop.
They were running back and forth.
Not in the coop. In the coop.
Do you sometimes do
Not
that?
in the coop.
Do you sometimes do that too, Aurora? In your bed, not in your bed. In your bed, not in your bed. Do you do that sometimes?
Every night.
And that's how every night.
Aurora, what's growing out of your forehead?
Oh, those are just bows. I fitted them on me.
Oh, okay.
2 bows on. It's definitely not bows. The things that you can like swap around like that. And then it's going in my necklace.
You got one too, Roman?
He's rolling around. That one's a necklace. That one, he's wearing a necklace, just a necklace. I'm wearing this necklace. It's a very special necklace. My babysitter gave me it.
Oh,
Today.
that's so special. Good. Hi, Ronan. Are those flowers that you have?
That's a necklace.
Yeah.
You're talking about visiting Uncle Jakey? Don't make your nose silly. All right. You want to say bye-bye?
Bye.
Hi. Anybody else have anything they want to share? No? I'd like to just say hi to Gail and Mary and Joanna and Adele. So any of those folks and all the others who I already said hello to, it's great to be with you. All right, we will move into our Shema and Hashkivenu prayers. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'Shalom, L'Shalom, V'hamidenu Shomrenu L'Chaim. Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath your wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right, O Adonai. Amen. Amen, amen. Amen, amen. 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 Amen, amen. Amen, amen. 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 Just a couple of announcements. Of course, check your congregational emails for upcoming events. We'll be here again on Wednesday at 6:45. Shabbat this week is at 6:45 online for our 6:30 online for our family service, and 7:30 in person and online for our Shabbat Classic service. We will have Cantor Rebecca Mursky joining us this Shabbat on the Bima, so come check it out. And for Hanukkah, we will both have an in-person, both family service and an in-person Shabbat Classic service at 6:30 and at 7:30 at TBI. Of course, both will also be streamed into your homes, but we will have Hanukkah snacks and things like that. Hanukkah begins November 28th. It's an early Hanukkah this year, right after that Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. So get ready. We also have Hanukkah candles available at TBI, at Jewish Community School, at the TLCC, the Tree of Life Learning Center, our preschool early childhood center, and at the Temple office and at Friday night services. So if you want some Hanukkah candles, you can swing by the Temple anytime the office is open or at any of those other times that those programs are going, and help yourself to a box or two of Hanukkah candles. So they're there as well. So let's close with a song. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru v'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, ve'imru, amen. Erev Tov, everyone. Have a good rest of the week, and see you all soon on Wednesday.